chat's there now. Pant? Do I be panting on the street? I do so much painting goo. I end up panting goo. Painting goo. Now I have to get a fucking violinist. Fuck's sake. Now I have to make another monkey with a violin. Painting goo. I got some new tunes. In case you haven't noticed. Carlos, Stabro's doing your job again. He's telling the people to like and subscribe to Painting Goo. You have no honor. I need my sip. Indeed, I now need a violin, monkey. Fuck. I'll commission the female to make another one. Like, you know the way you made Milo? Make another one. This one has to be standing, looking like he's holding a violin. And then you need to make a violin. Will I get a tiny prop violin? I think I will. I'll get a violin from a dollhouse or something, like, I don't know, like. Fuck, now I have to make a fucking another monkey. As if I don't have enough shit to do. Oh. Painting goo. And a gorilla with a cello. Oh. The Painting Goo posse is gonna be... I'm gonna have like a fucking... a band, a tiger, a bear. Do we need to get Tobias a fucking... a partner? I suppose him and... Tobias and Mini Bear, like, chill out over there by the gong. So, they're alright. Carlos and Myro, you know. I'm sure Myro feels very safe being in the shadow of a giant tiger. I mean, could you imagine being that monkey, and that's behind you? An 865-pound Siberian tiger. Mid-leap. Mid-lunge. Wielding a banner. It's Friday. It's 3 PM GMT, which is the only time that exists. All other times are gay. It's time for painting goo. And it's about time that you tipped the monkey. If you have any honor, you will tip the monkey, because the monkey may not survive the winter. I know we're only in summer, but these things must be done in preparation. You know, you don't want to turn the stream on one day and the monkey's just fucking dead. But it's a clay monkey. It's supposed to be fun, and we're playing, you know, it's like we're role playing, okay? Look, the monkey doesn't even fucking move, you know? Imagine if he was like, do you really think his tiny little monkey hands are like just discreetly playing those tunes? No, it's a fucking clay thing that the female made. This is all. I'm not really a demigod, if you haven't noticed. You know? Fucking lunatics. Somebody has a paid for painting goo! Apparently, somebody has some honor. Painting goo goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Hater of reeky pipes. Hater of leaky pipes. Oh, I am one. I am fucking. It wasn't even a pipe. It's a fucking tap. How dare the plumbing fro interrupt the goo fro? Paint must go on. Indeed it must. Myro must play for his dinner, and I must have painting goo. Fucking tap wasn't even that, like, you know. Oh, I'll get to that in a minute. You're not a demigod? What a phony! Massively unsubbed! I have just unsubbed with the utmost prejudice. How dare you, sir? How dare you? You're not semi-divine? You're not demi-godly? You lying son of a bitch. There's people like that. There's people that stupid. And there's lots of them. There's fucking lots of them. Alright, I've had enough of you. You beautiful bitch. You fucking monkey, you beautiful fucking monkey. Stop it! Stop all the beauty. It's time for painting goo! Right. I have much to do. I have much to goo. So, hello and welcome to another glorious episode of Painting Goo! You filthy mortars! Did you miss me? I'm back! 24 hours without some rant, sip, occasionally paint. Itch my mustache, and you people go fucking insane! What would you do without the goo? That's another t-shirt. Don't you roll your eyes at me, female. Thank you. Thank you. The female has handed me my sip. The goo can now go on. For indeed, what would you all do without the goo? Right! Let us press forth. First things first, I must descend to proper painting goo posture and revere the power of my top knot. Indeed, it is increasing in its froppiness. I was attempting of rate. Look at it in that froppy glory. I look like a Kuma on steroids. I was attempting to extend the wrap, and I'd put two bobbins in, one slightly above the other. I don't know if anybody noticed, but my top knot was extended in the last couple of streams. And I have decided against this. I have decided that in all other things froey and gooey, I have allowed my top knot to simply fro and frop to and fro. Because I love it. It's hilarious. I just get so much joy out of every time I look at the screen how fucking ridiculous I look. Is that offensive to Japanese culture that I think I look ridiculous? Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, in certain ways, I look sharp, presentable, strikingly handsome. But I am also ridiculous looking. One could compare me to my paintings. It's like, what did Baller Bear say? They have a certain charm. Like me! Ah! Like, I have a certain charm. I'm an acquired taste. You know, I'm not only am I Irish, but I'm also ginger Irish, so I'm proper Irish. I'm not half Japanese, even though most people would think I am, based on the streams alone. Which I think is hilarious. Someone did actually ask me if, like, I'm living in Japan now. What was it? An old friend of mine was a fucking, what's he on the stream? As Blood Runs Black. Fucking, I can't remember if that was a Treyu or some shit. I'm like, fucking, can't remember what band he said that was. Good old Patrick. Fucking, I'll always have love for Patrick. Bless him. Like, it's a gas character. I'll always have love for that entire family. It's fucking just fucking bunch of characters. Really, like, just always have love for those people. Never boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could never ever accuse them of being boring. Yes, the tunes were exquisite. Yes, Myro did indeed deserve a tip this fine Friday, yo, for his first time playing the new tunes. Every day I make my monkey pray here on the stream. It's like I need to get like multiple versions of Myro in different positions. So you can have like praying Myro, playing the piano Myro, playing the violin Myro. Like, I'm not even messing. Female, I'm gonna get you to make like a monkey exactly like that, except he's standing holding a violin. She's come running into the room.
Running.
Yeah, well, you can't run, you know, like.
I can't run.
Yeah, we need because of the new tunes I've selected, we now need a monkey playing the violin. Because there's violin and piano in the new tunes. So, we need another monkey. So date night.
You can't make the monkey, no.
What? Well,
No, you're incapable of making monkeys.
Don't say that. Don't insult me. Don't insult me in front of the Japanites. Don't do that. Don't do it, female. You know. Well, I was gonna say you don't want to be flogged, but I know you're kind of partial to a good flogging. Jesus. What are you doing now? Leave my bubble wrap alone. Don't you pop my bubble wrap, female, woman. Don't you pop my bubble wrap. How dare you?
I'm going now.
Yeah, you're going now? You leaving me? Slán, McGraw. Oh, God. Right. Back to business. Something less fun? What's something less fun? What was... That's a hilarious comment. Something less fun. What's something less fun than what? What am I doing? I don't know. I have an itchy nose. I get to a stage with my mustache, like the hairs in my mustache, the little tiny ones, they start to like curl upwards into my nose sometimes, and I'm always like, you know, like. Part of me does want to get like a proper ASMR mic to do like, you know, the mini noises, but like it'd probably be really hard to balance the fucking like the really loud noises and then the music and shit. Like, well, probably wouldn't be. We'd get it, but like anyway, right? I'm just rambling now. I heard those eye rolling like ball bearings. like a marble going down one of those. What are those things called again? A contraption that has like, you know, loads of things happening, culminating in something happening. There's a name for that. I remember learning on Mythbusters. There's a like it's a something. Is it a something machine or a something puzzle? I can't remember. It's like named after a dude, I think. Like the first guy to like to make the first one or to popularize them, where like you have like typically it's like a marble or some dominoes starts off a massive chain reaction that like results in an explosion or fucking some shit like or a painting being revealed or something like. Antonio, 3-2, welcome to PEINTEINGU. Extendu frop not. I was gonna say extendu not, or what was it? Fucking extendu notu or some shit. You want to like fucking go Inspector Gadget? Here's what I haven't actually. When you haven't remembered something in a while, like that Tommy Tiernan joke. When I can't get to sleep, I try to remember something that I've never remembered before. It's a bewildering thing to try and do. It is. It's fucking gas. Well, Inspector Gadget hasn't popped into my head in a long time. So thanks for that, Demon Hunter Bear. Go Gadget finger. Just like presses a button. Like fucking. There was simple shit and then there was like completely over the top shit. It's hilarious. Who was the bad guy? Oh, now I remember. I couldn't think of the bad guy at Inspector Gadget now. And then he just popped into me head. It was that dude in the chair with the cat. Wasn't it? Wasn't he like some kind of armored fucker? Or did he just have like an armored hand or some shit? I can't remember. But he had a cat, didn't he? Good villain needs a kitten. Like just sitting there stroking a cat. Your time will come, Inspector Gadget. One of these days, I will think of using magnets, and your day will come. Like, please tell me that they must. I can't remember. Somebody must have used a magnet on Inspector Gadget at some point. Like fucking Wolverine. It's like, my God, he's unkillable. Well, he's made of like he has a metal skeleton and claws. Like so, cue Magneto just folding him like a pretzel. Like I would have made that scene horrific, like, do you know what I mean? Like the scene in the first X-Men movie where they're in the train and Sabretooth grabs a hold of fucking Storm. Man, Halle Berry as Storm. Jesus Christ, she was gorgeous in those movies. You owe me a scream. That was like that Sabretooth was really fucking cool. Looked like a fucking homeless WWE wrestler with claws. He's like 7 foot something or some shit. Like he was fucking cool. But that scene, like where they're on the train and Wolverine is like there with Rogue and Magneto just like floats in and just like makes him do the fucking gaming T-pose and just throws him up against the end of the car. Man, I would have fucking made it that like he came in and just like fucking like did horrible shit to him. Like it would have been so graphic. Like folded him like a pretzel. Like forced his claws to come out and shred himself. Like I would have like if I was Magneto, I would have just like made it look like I was typing in code on a keypad, and he just like his claws come out and then just like fucking fillet all the flesh off himself in some kind of crazed, self-annihilating, snake eating itself metal claw Wolverine tornado. Like just like every Rogue and everybody witnessing it would have just been like covered in blood and like horrified. Like it would have been so much more demoralizing to the crew. Like, do you know what I mean? And Wolverine, do you know, like good, like fuck it'd take him like ages to fucking heal from that. Like please help. Like just this amalgamation of adamantium and like sinew and flesh. Like it would have been like a fuck if I'd have written that scene, it would have looked comparable to like when a car goes into like a scrapyard and the thing just gets like smushed into a cube and all, like, and you can like still see all the parts on the outside of the cube. That's what Wolverine would have looked like if I wrote that scene in X-Men. Like it would have been fucking hilarious. What's this? Oh, give me 2 secs. I need to deal with something. I'll be back in a minute. Here's I'll stick tunes on. I'll be back in 2 seconds. No, not those tunes. Oh no, wait, it's okay. Sometimes you think you need to just quickly handle something, and then sometimes it turns out, no, it's fine. Okay, right. Tunes. I put new tunes. Not just the new piano tunes. I've also scouted and found excellent other tunes. Fucking, I'm a sucker for a good title and a thumbnail and stuff like that. Like, I really am. I'm just like, ooh, this looks cool. But generally, they actually, like, turn out to be quite cool. Sometimes you get a bad one. But, the start of this sounded epic. So I'm going to start off with this today, in keeping with the classical shit. And then I might go, you know, maybe some raving goo or some shit. Where am I in the chat? Hold on a sec. Oh, okay. She must be disciplined. Indeed. The female will be disciplined. All in due time.
Introducing Sky Stream.
Ugh.
Way to get
Advertisements.
all your apps and channels are in one place.
Advertisements, oh, how they vex me. You people, you 30 mortals come to my stream, think you can fling your shit. See, I don't mind when it's just words and a tune. If it's just a catchy tune for like 13 seconds, that's fine. Show your stuff. That's a nice kitty. Here, don't give a fuck about that one. But when it's fucking voices on my stream, selling shit. I hate it. If there was no goo, we would be doing something much less fun. All right. I cannot be held responsible for your only fun in life. How dare you? That's putting far too much pressure on me. You can't be doing that. We would be having much less fun. Despite it being true, we can't be like that. You must have fun without the goo. I will train you. I will instead of this situation where every day I give you a fish with it, which is painting goo, I shall teach my beloved Japanites to fish. We should do that actually, like one day. That'd be fun. Like fucking, I don't know, like we'll try and like, because I did want to get Griff on the stream, but it's a pain in the ass to like do a whole link stuff, and if you're on the phone or like you need a laptop or whatever. But I think it'd be cool if we did like if I paint something and then one of yous came on the stream with your own like thing in the back, like if you could set up your own version of painting goo, like it real simple, you know, just camera and like the shittiest, cheapest easel you can get and some paper or some shit, like, you know, or even a whiteboard or something, you know, and like I'll paint something and then I'll put the camera on you and then you have to like quickly like match it as best you can or something. Or we could do it the opposite way. You could draw something really simple, like the outline of a stick man with a sword and a shield or some shit, and then I have to like paint like a way better version of it or something. Like that'd be cool, you know. If you got like just get a whiteboard and just be like, like paint this, you know, and then we start a timer or something, and I have to like paint something in half an hour, you know. I want to start doing shit like that where like I know you guys get involved in the chat, but I think it'd be cool if we had like people on every so often. Like I did want to get Griff on and like have him like talking with the dog there and shit like that, and then like I could paint him and the dog in the truck. But part of me was thinking, like, would it not be easier just to, like, get him to get a photo, you know? And then I could do a proper one. But, like, I don't know. I'm rambling now. Too many ideas. Too much to do. Fuck's sake. I've finally transferred the new symmetrical design stencil to the canvas. So, it begins. I think this one's going to be fucking badass. Like, the Deep Demon thing that I did a few weeks ago was cool. It's colourful. The like green eyes on it and all are popping and stuff, like, you know, it's cool. But this is gonna look mean. You know, I like it when things look mean. I like when things look intimidating and dangerous. I want to do some like proper demonic shit, which I was kind of trying to do that with Deep Demon. I was like, I want to do something kind of demonic looking, but like my fucking cartoony side always comes out with the color profile and the black outlines and stuff. I want to like do something like horrifying looking, but like in a cool way. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean horrifying as like when you look at it, you're like, oh dear God, like my eyes. I mean like, I want to paint something that when you look at it, it kind of scares you a little bit, but the rest of you is like, wow, that's really cool looking. Like, because that's how, like, I seen a clip out of the latest Hellboy movie. I haven't seen the movie, but I seen a clip out of it that's like 60 seconds long, or maybe about 40 seconds or something, where there's a bit in the latest Hellboy where a lot of demons show up and start like murdering everybody in the city. It's very graphic, it's very violent, and it's like legitimately, artistically speaking, one of the coolest fucking things I've seen in a movie these past like 10 years or something. And it's just this small segment out of the Hellboy movie. Now, I heard it's trash, and I never got around to watching it. I really enjoyed the first two. I like Hellboy, and I like Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. I thought they were cool. You know, I thought Ron Perlman was a really, 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 really good choice for Hellboy. And I like the guy that they got to do the new one in. Like, you know, the dude out of Stranger Things who plays the sheriff. I like that guy as an actor. I'm not sure, like, his fucking... Because, you know, when you see actors, like, doing all the political shit and the woke shit outside of a movie, and you're like, I don't even want to watch him in a movie anymore, like, that kind of thing. Like, Will Smith, do you know what I mean? Like, I'll never watch anything with him in it again, like... Like, I'll go back and watch the old shit, you know, Men in Black 1, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, fucking Bad Boys 1. Bad Boys 2 is alright. Bad Boys 1's fucking brilliant, though. Like that bit where they're in the pool at the end and it's like, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? And then, like, is it Michael, or is it, like, I can't remember which one, where he's just like, it's not, eh? It's like, dude, you gotta learn the words, nigga. like fuck it. I remember pissing myself laughing at that bit because it's so funny. Because like that's like you knew somebody in your life that did that, like, or like you did it yourself, like where you like you don't know the rest of the lyrics and you just like make it up. I do that all the fucking time. Like, oh, Dr. Claw. Oh yeah, fucking Inspector Gat. Yeah, I thought it was like something fist. That's hilarious. Because I remember like the hand. I remember the cat, and I remember the hand always stroking the cat, and I was like, is he called like Fist or something? Like, no, that's fucking Fisk. Isn't Fisk the fucking bad guy out of Spider-Man? The fucking big bald fella. Who's like superhumanly strong for like no reason. He's just huge and mad strong. Like, I always thought that was hilarious. The way like some characters in comic books and movies and stuff like that is like, oh yeah, he's just ridiculous. Like, he talked like Nathan Explosion. Who the fuck is Nathan Explosion? Should you imagine Explosion was your second name? That shit's hilarious. I was thinking earlier on, like, did I say this on stream, or was it when I was playing with you and Sonia, fucking Demon Hunter Bear? I can't remember. I think it was when I was playing with you two. I was, when like, so I think I've told this story a few times. I'm not sure, but I've definitely told it like a few times in my own life or friends and stuff. Like, when I was born, my dad wanted to call me either Kyle or Reese, right? And my mom was like, no, we're not calling him Kyle or Reese. I hate those names. We're calling him Alex, right? So I get called Alex. And when I was growing up, I heard, like, you know, my mom be like, oh yeah, he wanted to call you Kyle or Reese. And I never made the connection, right? Until I like got way older and I'd seen Terminator and all this stuff. And I was like, it just, I can't remember. I think it was like sitting around like talking to people or some shit one day, like, or maybe I was just on my own. And it clicked in my head one day. I was like, hold on, he wanted to call me Kyle or Reese, as in like Kyle Reese, as in like the guy from like Terminator. And then, like, you know, it's like, oh, like I would have been Kyle Roach, which is like pretty gay. Like Kyle, like fuck having a name Kyle. Ugh, like it's it's just that aisle, you know, like it's not a nice sound, you know. I like Alex. I think it's a strong name, you know. I don't like that. I don't like how it's used in a unisex way. You see a bitch called Alex, and they're just like, fuck's sake. But anyway, like, oh cool, my order's on the way. Nice. I ordered more fucking more white. Running low on the old white shit. Always need loads of white and black. For like mixing and stuff. But anyway, what was it saying? Fucking it's slipping. It's gone from my mind. My brain has farted and it's seeping out the window. What was I talking about? Can't remember. Next comment. Oh yeah, names. That's what I was like. Kyle Reese. The second I looked at Nathan Explosion, I remembered. Yeah, but like I was thinking, my name would have been if you called me Reese, my name would have been Reese Roach, and my initials would have been or, and it would have been, I think it would have been possibly the gayest thing ever, because like what do military, like what do fucking uniformed men like more than a bit of or and or? I was like, that's like the gayest name ever. I'm so glad that I got called Alex. My initials are like basically assault rifle. I love that. Do you know what I mean? Which is hilarious. Like it was meant to be, because like it's like, apart from sniper rifles, that's my go-to weapon in video games, is just assault rifle. You can deal with any situation with an assault rifle if you're like if you understand like gunfighting theory, angles, you know, close quarter tactics, and like, you know, fucking, I was about to say angles again, but it's like, you know, because a lot of people are just like, but this is a medium to long range weapon. No, nigga, no. An assault rifle is an every range weapon, you know. You're good enough a pistol is a long range weapon, like, you know. Also depends on the pistol, but anyway. Breast me. Desmondu gets it. I'll get you next time, Gadget. I love those moments in movies where like somebody's falling, or somebody's like getting carried away in a train, or the good guys are getting away and the bad guys like caught under a lot of rubble or an explosion or something, and it's like, I'll get you. You know, like that fading. Oh, like they're like shaking their fists and shit. There's some like classic postures, poses, body language stuff, animation that's like, if it's done in the right moment, in the context of the situation, can be like really funny. Like a good face palm slap can be like really entertaining, especially in cartoons where like something happens and one of the characters just goes and just like slaps itself in the face, and like nobody says anything, like nobody has to say anything, like, you know. I love stuff like that where like ideas, concepts, emotions, expressions and stuff like that can be expressed just through visuals, you know. It's one of the reasons I love Samurai Jack, is because a lot of the storytelling in that, a lot of the narrative is done just through showing you something and there being sound to it, you know. He's walking across a sand dune, you know, now he's at a beach, and then like there's crickets in the distance, like, you know, and like it'll show the cricket, it'll show Jack's ear, it'll zoom in on Jack's ear twitching, you know, hearing the cricket. There's no dialogue for ages, like I love shit like that. Like you could look at this painting and discern a story, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like easily. It's like, just by looking at it, like, you know, obviously you could make loads of different things up. I mean, what the fuck's going on between the shark and the fucking blind mice? I don't know. I'm so glad I gave them sunglasses. They look brilliant. Oh god, I love doing this. Makes me so happy. I was so pissed off yesterday when I was like, oh, I can't, like, I'm not able to do painting goo. I have other shit to do, and I don't have the head for it and all. Like, you know, when you get like, I've said this to I think I've said this on stream and privately to other bears and stuff, but like I'm the type of guy where like when I'm in a really bad mood and I'm stressed out, I like drop off the map digitally. You know, I'm like, no, leave me alone. Like I'm in a shit mood. Like, trust me, you don't want to talk to me. You know, like trying to deal with that shit and all. Like, it was fairly handy. Like the tap and all is handy enough. Like, you know, just fucking mains, fucking valves behind the sink. Just turn that off, go up and unscrew everything. But like the nature of the thing, like the design and all, it's like very awkward where like where the screws are, they're almost like flush with the fucking sink. So like there's very little maneuvering room when you get the screwdriver in to actually get your hand around the screwdriver. So I ended up just using my fingers. And like those things are like bet into the fucking wall, like, you know. So like I'm there like using my hands and my forearms were fucking killing me because I was there for about half an hour solid, just like like and like five minutes solid of that, and then that's one screw out. It's like, Jesus Christ! Right, next one. Like you couldn't get, like, you can't get your whole hand around it and just turn. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that's like minute. Certain minute things, like, man, they fucking kill your hands after a while. And this is coming from somebody who works with his hands all the time, like, you know. Don't get me wrong, like, it's not like fucking painting and drawing. Like, well, drawing can really fuck up your hands if you do it a lot. But like, just fucking turning a screwdriver that has like, it's not like I'm just doing this, like, you know, and it's pure pissy. There's no resistance. There's no fucking, you know, I don't have to exert a lot of force and the screw just comes out. Like, this thing was like bet into the wall, like, you know. So the first couple of turns are like and like all I have on it are like my fingers, you know. So it's like I'm rock climbing, like, do you know what I mean, where I'm just like just with my fingers. Like, it's a pain in the ass, like, you know. And then like the way the thing screws on as well, it's like the second you screw it off, it drops, you know. It's like literally held up and suspended by just those two bolts. So the second you take the first one out, it like and it like tilts, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, because that only puts more tension and weight on the other screw holding it up, like, you know. So you have to kind of like lift it up, unscrew the other one. Putting it back on was a fucking pain in the hole. But yeah, it's like I don't know what section I have to like tighten further, but like I did everything and it was still leaking. But then I managed to like tighten the tap enough that it's not leaking anymore. But now you can't really use the tap because like if you undo it, like obviously for the female, like when I tightened it, I put a fucking rubber glove over it and went like, you know, like, and tightened it, and it's like, okay, it's not leaking anymore. But now if she goes to use it, she's like, I can't even turn it. And then even if she did turn it to use it, she wouldn't be able to tighten it like enough to like stop it from leaking, like, you know. So I have to find the part that needs to be tightened, because like I took the whole thing off, you know, pipe in the lot, and we got a basin, like excess water, all that shit. Like the fucking female dropped two of the parts down the sink, but thankfully we were able to get them out with a U-bend. Like we unscrewed the U-bend and took it out and all, like. But it's so funny, like there's this like tiny little, it's almost like a fucking paper clip kind of looking thing that just like sticks onto one of the parts of the tap, above the sink, and I don't even know what it's for, like, you know, but it's just this tiny, it's like a washer, like, but it's not. It's like this tiny little clip-on, tiny little sliver of like metal, you know. And she took that off. She dropped down the fucking drain, and like she just looked at me. She's like, "Oh fuck!" Like, oh, it's funny. It's hilarious when you're doing stuff around the house like that. Like, you don't really know. Like, I don't know fuck all about plumbing. Like, but I've had to do the sink in the kitchen, and on that one now I've had to do stuff on them where I'm like, okay, let's see how this works. Okay, unscrew this, untighten that, fucking, and I only have like certain tools available to me. Like, that would have been way handier if I had like a torque wrench or whatever you call those things that you can like do stuff at 90-degree angles with. But like I wouldn't have been able to fit a drill, or like I would have had to get like a really small screwdriver to make that easier. Like, so it's just awkward as fuck. But that's because I don't have like, you know, a proper toolbox with all the fucking requisite tools. Like, you know, like Like I feel like every man should have that, you know. And like when my dad left, I never like like I didn't spend my money on replacing all the tools that he took with him. Tell you that much. I spent my money on video games, food, and fucking weed, and tobacco. I was always the one buying tobacco. I hated that. I was that guy. I was that guy in the group of friends who always had tobacco. Fucking got fleeced over. It's fucking mad annoying. Anyway, let's stick on some tunes. Let's see if we can finish Vincent's kake. This is episode 169, Vincent's cake. And I was just like thinking this morning. Did I think it this morning? I can't remember. But I was looking at the title of this, like when I was like readying the stream and shit. It was like episode 169, Vincent's kake. Like, oh, the simple shit really does make me laugh. Anyway, tunes. I need to put the bullet in his teeth. I need to put some more. I want to put another, like, I think I actually want to write bomb on this just to make it blatantly obvious. And then we'll see if we're gonna put speech bubbles. But honestly, I don't know. I think this is done its job visually to illustrate what's going on enough. Like maybe I'll give the mice and the shark speech bubbles. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Part of me just wants to wrap this one up and move on for next week. Considering this is Friday, we'll finish strong. Finish Vincent's kake. Move on to a different place. But I've enjoyed this one. You know, we got another hilarious character over the shark. I really like this. I want to do a really cute, derpy looking version of this thing. Swear to God. What's wrong, my love? What's up? You need a what? Like a scripter like this?
Yeah, I just need it to be able to fit into something, and this is too big.
What do you mean fit into something?
Like a circle.
So what do you want a cylindrical one like this, or do you want a what?
Yeah.
Okay, well then there's lots of them over there.
Can I use? What can I use?
Hold on, fucking. You see the black rack, where they're all slotted into it.
Yeah.
There should be one that you need that has like a black handle.
You use all them.
What?
You use all them.
Yeah, but like, I don't mind you using even the good brushes, like, you know, as long as you don't wreck the thing, obviously. The most expensive brushes I have are the wooden handled ones that look, you know, the sign writing ones. You know? Other than that, you can use pretty much anything. The rest of my brushes are fairly cheap and easily replaceable. Show me the one that you think will work.
I don't see one.
You don't see one? But the one I showed you will work? Like this one? This will work? No?
It's fine, don't worry about it. Are these all your brushes though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think I have any in shelves anymore. They're all out. So that they're easily attainable at any time. What, you don't see one that'll work?
No, I want to clean something. So I don't want to use them around to clean something. But that's okay.
I'm pretty sure that's all the brushes I have.
I think there's some of those cheap brushes downstairs for the kids stuff.
There's more of them in the drawer, look.
Oh.
There's more of them in the drawer, far drawer. Yeah, the furthest bottom drawer. Furthest bottom drawer.
I see them.
You see them?
Yeah, okay.
Will that work, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Grand. Crisis averted. Yes, cylindrical one. Like this. Phrasing. You dirty bastard. You want a nice thick one? Like this? Like... That's hilarious because she's actually looking for like a tiny skinny one. She's cleaning something like. Okay. Time for tunes. You got it, yeah? Painting cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. I really do need to get a violin monkey now, don't I? Fuck. A lot of my new tunes are very violin-y. Right, my royal rag is placed upon my demi-divine knee, and my bitches are ready to get wet! Grow skip. Okay. First order of business. The bullet! In the mouse's teeth. Oh, I love the smell of this stuff. It's good shit. That's some mean violin. Need to make that copper color for the bullet, just the bullet, because I stupidly put like the bullet with the shell. It's like, dude, it got shot out of the pistol. Just the bullet. Fucking retard. Make a nice bronzy color. Copper, not bronze. Painting. Okay. A smidge of red. A Chark plushie would be a great merch idea in future. Yeah, like that's something that I genuinely really want to do. Is the big retarded fat chicken, and now this fella. I want to do like a couple, like a handful of like, cause I loved that stuff when I was a kid. I had loads of cuddly toys. I'd love to do a cuddly toy range. I think it'd be deadly, like. Cause like I'd own one of all of them. Like I'd have them like lined up in the fucking on the stream and all. Like, you know, it'd be fucking deadly. Like I'm such a big child when it comes to those things. Like I'd be using the thing as a pillow and shit. Like, you know. Oh, I'd want to do like if I did find like somebody who would do them for me, I'd want to do scented ones. That'd be deadly. You know, like do a scented one. Like you have a fucking leopard print, a fat, retarded looking leopard print goofy shark that smells like caramel or something, like just like squeezing the thing, be like Okay, that's close. I need to make it more brown. Nearly there. Alright. Okay. What you looking for? Darker. I'll have to keep going back to that. I'll fix it so it actually looks like it's in his teeth. But placement I got is good, so I'll just let it dry. Painting go go go! Painting go 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 go! Painting go go go! I like that one. Painting go go go! Ha! Zip! Painting go go go! Oh yeah! Painting go go go! What would it smell like? Animal blood and fish? Oh god. Fucking salty chum. A salty chum bucket is what it would smell like. Oh god. Paintingu! Paint! Paint! Paintingu! Paintingu! Paint! Paint! Paintingu! Paint! 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 Run! 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 Sip! 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 Goo! 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 I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like fucking diagnosed me with a mental illness called like paintingu, where like literally everything I listen to I just start putting paintingu into. I think the stream is slowing down there for a sec. And you get the right shade of green for the wire on the bomb. Gotta import more white to the Emerald Isle. Certain kinds of white I wouldn't want here. Ceiling fans or anything where your hands are above your head for a long time is the worst. Yeah, man. Anytime where you're like this, when you're plastering or painting, like, you know, fucking in a corporate sense, like, because I did that for like 3 days when I first got here. Because somebody was like, I put on Facebook, I was like, painter, you know, like, people thought I was like a commercial painter. So I did that for 3 days. And I was like, you know, when you're doing the cut and your hand will be like up here for like fucking maybe like accumulatively over the day, like maybe like a full hour of just having your hands, like one hand like this, and then like maybe swap hands or whatever to get a better angle on the other one. Like, my fucking traps and shoulders were killing me after the 3 days, because if you don't do stuff like that and then you all of a sudden out of nowhere just start doing a lot of it, like those tiny muscle groups that you never use in that fashion, they're gonna fucking light up like a fucking Christmas tree. And they did. And I was like, there's no way I can do this and still do what I want to do, because sometimes I get that anyway from like doing my own painting and shit, depending on if I'm doing a big canvas or if I'm hunched over a lot for like hours, like scribbling and drawing something on a small thing. Like, I was like, fuck this, there's no way I'd be able to do that as well, like, you know. But there is something cathartic and like very enjoyable, and it's good money, you know, like commercial painting. Smell of the commercial paint, you know, the fucking like when you get to like roll, use the roller on like a big wall, you can just do these big like sweeping motions and stuff. Like, it's very like it's funny when it comes to like cleaning and gardening and shit. Like, I love that shit. I like sweeping, I like hoovering, I like fucking dusting. You know, it's just like the gayest thing ever. Like, you know, going around with a duster and like, you know. But it's like similar to painting, like, you know what I mean? It's like those minute, graceful, accurate movements, like, you know what I mean? Being like really accurate and being like really smooth and slick and graceful and stuff. Like, there's like it's a feminine energy, but there's like a masculine way to do it. Like, you know, just funny, like. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Okay. I suppose I could put like a small speech bubble coming out of the groom's mouth, just being like, "Why?" Like. Oh, it'd be funny if it was like, "Curse you, Giga Mouse!" Oh, that's happening. That's happening. Curse you, Giga Mouse! No! Like, yeah, totally happening. Woo-rideroo! Tuikarindibaru! Welcome to PEINTEINGU! You honor us with your presence, brothers. Oh, glorious skip. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Yeah, I don't know what happened when I tried to start the stream today. It glitched out and the chat wasn't up, so I was like, what the fuck? So I just immediately just like ended it and started it again. But yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Watch, now that I've done one for the groom, we're all gonna be like, do this, and this will say this. Like, the wedding cake is not saying anything. I don't care what anyone says, I don't care how good the idea is. The wedding cake doesn't have a mouth, it doesn't have eyes, it's not getting a speech bubble. But the groom is definitely saying, curse you, Giga Mouse. Oh my god, yeah! I object! Yes! That's perfect! Giga Mouse is like, with the bullet in his teeth and all, like, I object! Like, bursts out of the sea, firing from the hip, and catches the thing in its teeth while wielding the boombox and the machine gun, catches a bullet in its teeth, and is like, I object! Oh, that's perfect. Oh, seriously. There's gonna come a day, like, I think there's gonna come a day, you know, when I'm like ridiculously successful and making a shitload of money. I think I'm gonna fucking hire Demon Hunter Bear as my funny man. Swear to God. I'm just that's perfect. I object. So happening. Where am I? But not so necessary, super necessary. In the names of Jorge Masvidal, or in the what? Oh, what? Yeah, don't mind that. There's still enough slack in it that stuff like that can happen. Without having to worry about it. This music is telling me to buy diamonds for some reason. It's telling you to buy diamonds. Don't give in to the shiny pebble grabblers. Shiny pebble grabblers. Oh. Out in the kayak at 5:30 again today. Just hammered him. Different lake, same result. 2 acres talking. Out in the kayak at 5:30 again today. Just hammered him. Fucking these fish up, man. These fucking little swimmy fucking scaly fucks don't stand a chance against me. I'm just hammering them. I fucking love it. Trying to figure it out in my head. They're trying to see it in my mind's eye where to cut off to make it look like the thing is actually in his teeth. Painting. This thing's 10 hours long, but it says it loops at like around an hour. So like, I've only been playing it for 20 minutes, so should get plenty more out of it before you start to hear the totally same shit. So foggy, could barely see. Dead calm. Was just dreaming out there. Oh, that's it. Yeah, it does sound divine. That sounds awesome. Ooh! It farted. Please excuse the white. It has farted. I'll make that a little bit bigger. Just play it safe. They're like, no, I would love to see an animation of this now. I need to get into that. Seriously, like, I will eventually, you know. It's gonna be a while, like. It's just like, it could just be like less than 60 seconds, like, do you know what I mean? Just this scene, and then like the wedding cake with the two of them on top, and they're about to get married. And the mouse just bursts out of the water, like, and the two of them have a really quick, like, gunfight and all, like, it's like, I object! And this guy's like, curse you, Giga Mouse! Like, and then it just cuts to these kayaking past this thing, like, it'd be hilarious. People would watch it and be like, what the fuck am I watching? And those are some of my favorite things. As well, like, when you're watching it, you're like, this is so, like, out there. Like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, I felt like that in the first couple of episodes of Rick and Morty, where I was like, this is wild. And I love it. Like, you know, like, it's exciting. It's hilarious. It's unexpected. It's fucking brilliant, like. Just this thing bursting out of the water. Like, and this thing just whips out a Glock. Like, man, if you're gonna Glock it, it has to be full auto. I'm sorry. It's like, curse you, Giga Mouse. I object. And then, like, I know I said the wedding cake isn't gonna say anything, but, like, the fact that the wedding cake isn't saying anything, and there's a wedding cake bomb there, and he's got the trigger, is kind of like, you know, like I said the day before yesterday, it's like, the wedding cake saved the day, ultimately, even though the bride got shot in the head. It's like such a tragic thing. Like, imagine your missus got shot in her head on your wedding day. Like, it'd be like the most traumatizing fucking thing imaginable. But it's hilarious in this context. Oh man. Curse you, Giga Mouse! I just can't stop thinking about that now. So funny. Right, let's get this shit done. I object to this marriage. Oh god. I agree, Desmondo is so quick and hilarious. Like, man, it's fucking gas, some of the shit he comes out with. Like, like when we're playing fucking Dying Light on the PlayStation. Oh, it's hilarious. Like, I do have him and Sonya in bits laughing, and then, like, he'll fucking say something, and... it's fucking gas, man. You need people like that in your life, man. You need people in your life that make you laugh. Like, really laugh, you know? And I know, like, I know I provide that, like, for a lot of people, like, do you know what I mean? I'm the one that, like, I'm not the only one, but I'm one of the people that, like, make you laugh, like, you know? I'm a bit mad, you know? It's not like I'm always, like, firing off hilarious jokes. I'm not a comedian. But I'm just funny, because I take the piss at everything, like, you need that. That's why I'm like that, is mainly for myself. That's why I'm like that, is to, like, alleviate my own stress and, you know, all this, like, dark stuff and all. It's like, I just take the piss out of everything, you know? I'd like to think that if I was actually faced with some kind of demonic entity, that I would find the courage to look at it objectively and be like, Jesus, you really are an ugly motherfucker, right? Like, just, like, not fear it, you know, not give it the power of your fear, just, like, belittle it in a comedic way, not in, like, you're a horrible, like, evil thing. It'll probably love that. But if you mocked it, you know, you think you're scary? You look ridiculous. You're clip your nails, you fucking disgusting cunt. like, it's just completely deflate the situation, like, you know. So I went off like I usually do on a fucking tangent, but earlier when I was talking about the demons in the Hellboy movie, they're like some of the coolest illustrations of demons I've ever seen, and it's because you can tell that they're like trying to be biblically accurate, you know. It's fucking cool. Just like abstract mental things, you know, like a chariot with giant hands and flames and stuff. It's like, what the fuck is that? Like, it's not just like a scary monster, you know, that's like gonna eat you or some shit. Like, there has to be an element of what the fuck, you know. There has to be like a shock and awe, as well as the creepy and unnerving, you know. And like, there's that clip I seen of the latest Hellboy movie. That clip where all the demons come out. That's it. Like, that's exactly the type of stuff that I'm into. Is like biblically accurate shit. You know, like with all the fucking rings and eyes and like wings and like praying hands and all this shit. Like, that's like just mental looking, you know? Or like otherworldly, which it should be, because it's supposed to be from like another the divine realm, the cosmos, you know, like, or hell itself. Like, you know, it's not supposed to just be like, you know, a really like a jet black wolf with like red eyes and it can like breathe fire, you know. Like, that's cool, you know, and it's like pretty demonic. But like, if you like really turn it up a notch, where like, you know, replace the thing's head with like a fucking, like, that's where you start getting the whole chimera shit. Like a chimera looks like a demon. It's got the head of a lion. Its tail is a snake. You know, some of the depictions have like a like in the game Dragon's Dogma, there's literally a goat's head coming out of its back. You know, it's like, that's the type of stuff where like you encounter it and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck? You know, like, that's what you fucking want out of demons, like, if you're gonna design them, like. And then I think angels would be the opposite then. I think angels would be like, there would still be an element of what the fuck, but not in a shocking way. It'd be like what the fuck in like an awe-inspiring way, where you're just like, oh my god, that's so beautiful looking, like, you know? Like the wings and the rings and all the eyes and stuff. The eyes are a bit creepy, but like, especially if they were all looking at you at the same time and blinking. You know, you'd be like, ugh. Paintingu goo goo. Paintingu goo goo. See, like, I feel like I've heard that fucking a few times already, and this is only 30 minutes in. This is not as varied as it was advertised. Let's try this one. I slapped like new playlists in there.
Protein, low sugar,
So let's see what the crack is.
taste. Fulfill. Wonder Fuel.
You're not a dish.
You're a man. I like those Dr. Squanch ads. I'd like. They're like they are funny. Like, you're not a dish. You're a man. like that shit's funny. Like, you know. Like seriously, if you're gonna do an ad, like the least you could do is make your customer laugh. The least you could do is make your customer laugh. Do you know what I mean? Just like if you make somebody laugh, you've got them by the balls, you know. Like, the white had beans for breakfast. It seems. I fucking love beans. Getting hungry now. All the idiots sleep till 8, so yeah, get like 2 hours of solo peace. That's awesome. That's awesome. There's something beautiful to being on your own, especially in like the wild, you know, like I don't do it often. Like I haven't done it in a while. Like I still go for walks and stuff like that. Like I go up to the hill and I enjoy that. But there's a forest close to us, like close enough. It's like a 10 minute drive, but it'd take a while to walk there. You'd have to go down a main road, unfortunately. As far as I know, I don't know if there's like a country road that leads to it, but there's a forest called Bancha Woods close to us. We've been to it before, but I'm the type that would like regularly just like if I could access that, if it was more convenient to get there on foot, I'd go there like regularly, at least once a week, and just like stroll around the forest and just breathe, you know. Just listen to the birds chirp and the wind blow and shit, like, just like, glorious. Like, I love nature, man. Where are we? This one.
It's DJ My Time mix.
Funky. You honor me with your compliments of my humor. Shit just comes to me and I say it. 60% of the time, it works every time. It's the best way to be, man. Like it's the way to be. The way, you know, when they're talking about like Jesus or like the Tao or like these ideologies, was like the way in all its forms. Flow. The flow is the way. But like it's what flow, you know? And like lots of us have recognized that the flow in the mainstream is a corrupted flow. So we've had to find our own flow, you know? It's funny how all of this stuff is called streaming and like, you know, it's all be like water, my friend. When my enemy expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand. And then it hits all on its own. bit jazzy. Curse you, Giga Mouse. I object. Yeah, I think we could leave it there, would we? Don't want to start going mad with the speech bubbles. Painting goo 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 goo. Yeah, it kind of does sound like an anime, like jet fighter fucking. Yeah, it does have that vibe. All right, you're dead right. Like, it's very trance. It's like drum and bass trance shit. Like, it's weird. Very like, it did kind of put me in a fucking bit of a trance there, like. Funky beats like this remind of Ace Combat 3 Electrosphere. Yeah, tonight's stream's probably gonna be an epic one. You're dead right about that, like. I don't mind this, but, like, to be honest, I'm not really feeling it. Like, it's alright. Maybe there's some better ones on it. Like, later or some shit. That one's like 2 hours long as well. The other one I found is this one. I listened to like 30 seconds of them, and then I'm like, yeah, fuck it, we'll give that a shot. Like, this is another one of those, epic songs, like, you know, songs to go with epic shit. Like, what's the name of it again? I can't even remember. "2 hours of epic music. The power of epic music. Full mix, volume 2. I love shit like this. just imagine like Stabberoo driving a forklift and then, like lifting a package up on it, like slowly ascending. Like, just putting a lot of toilet roll on a pallet on another shelf or something, like. It's so fucking epic! Like, or like fucking Demon Hunter Bear like spraying down a bus, like, do you know what I mean? You're like picking up rubbish and shit listening to this, like do. Like if you don't do a really good job at cleaning that bus or like putting that thing on that shelf, like the world's gonna fucking end, like, do you know what I mean? The world depends on you! Fucking 2-acre, like, just sitting there in a boat in the middle of a lake, listening to this epic music while his fishing rod just bobs in the water, like. That would be hilarious. Well, no, there's gonna be, like, somebody's gonna fucking make a clip of me or something one of these days, and it's gonna be like, look at this racist! Always complaining about things not being white enough. Like, needs more white! It's not white enough. It needs to be white and it needs to be opaque! Like Wednesday's face! Like, it is, like, I'm talking geisha white! Fuck bone white, I'm talking fucking geisha white. Like, ugh. I want it to be so white Nazis pray to it. That's how white I want it. I want Nazis dropping to their knees, crying and weeping at how white it is. I wanted white. How white? Crying Nazi white. Weeping Nazi white. Oh, goodness! Sync, I was just raising the dock ramp up while the epic music was playing. I had a feeling, like, I just like seen it in my head, like, yeah, like fucking raising or lowering, so it doesn't matter, like just doing something slow, you know, like, well, this epic shit is playing in the background, like, you're just like pulling back on a joystick, like, do you know what I mean, or pressing a button, like, and it's like, oh, like, it's the most glorious set of table and chairs that I've ever seen box packed before in my life. Like, the weight of the world rests upon your shoulders. Paint like your life depends on it, for it does. I love doing stuff like, I've done stuff like that on the stream, like, you know, where it's like, as you witness the glory of painting, like, and I'm just like slowly doing so. Behold, I have created the sun! Like, pay for painting you ungrateful mortars! I have created the sun before your very eyes! Oh god. I love, like, completely over the top shit like that, like, you know, like, Even when I texted the Telegram chat where I'm like, there is no painting goo today. You may now weep. You know, like, I would be like that if I was a king. You know what I mean? I would tell people they are now allowed to cry. Like, when I'm finished speaking, you may then weep. And you may weep for approximately 60 seconds. After that, it's back to work. Like, oh god. Like, I find the idea of being like an over the top, like, not malevolent or evil, but like just totally over the top, like king or ruler or god or something, so funny, you know, like there's just so much opportunity for comedy, like. Paint. Painting. Go. Oh, glorious! Curse you, Giga Mouse! Giga Mouse. Like I was talking to the female earlier about, like, you know, I'm trying to like really sort out my my work routine the last few weeks, cause doing the stream Monday to Friday at the same time like has really altered my my daily routine. You know, obviously, fucking like how would it not? You know. So trying to find like a workaround where like I can work before and after the stream efficiently and proficiently has been a bit of a struggle, because I'm trying, like, a lot of the time I feel like I'm overwhelming myself, which is like, you know, it's up to me. I'm doing things in a stupid way. So what I've decided to do, like, I kind of said this like a few weeks ago, like pretty much, but it's like slightly different, where like when I get I'm gonna finish the Tactical Turtles t-shirt design of like the 6 of them, and then do the t-shirt, and then I'm just not gonna do any character design shit for a while, till like I'm actually making a decent regular amount of money where I can afford to selfishly indulge in my, you know, dreams and stuff, like, do you know what I mean? Because like that's what it feels like I'm doing sometimes, where it's like, instead of actually producing the work that makes me money, I'm wasting a lot of hours producing something that may in the future quite possibly maybe make me money, which isn't fair on the female, because she's like, you know, waiting for me to get to a stage where I can like I want to get ahead of her so she can like, so we can swap roles, you know. So I have a lot of work ahead of me, like, you know. But not as much as one might think, you know. Like, the nature of the thing is once I get good enough where I can charge like a couple of grand for a canvas painting, we'd be grand, you know, we sorted, like, and I can knock one of them out like in a week, you know, if I really put my head down. But it's like, that's what I mean. I'm like letting other shit get in the way. But character design is like something I've always wanted to do, and I'm good at it. People like my shit, like, you know. So it's like Owen saying, like, you know, I'm not gonna do this anymore. It's like, I'm not gonna stop streaming, you know. I'm not gonna stop designing shit, but I'm gonna focus on the stream and the symmetrical paintings. That's what I'm gonna focus on after I do the Tactical Turtle t-shirt. I'm just gonna focus on them, because like it's been like weeks now where I'm like looking at the half finished Spartan Turtle where I'm like, oh, like I'll get to it, and I'm not fucking getting to it. So like I'm gonna finish that, do the turtle t-shirt, and then I'm gonna focus on the symmetricals and just the stream and the stuff that we like, or even if I just like something from the stream, like the Chark and the Xenoboon and the chicken, you know. Well, I suppose the chicken wasn't from a painting goo, but those things I might like take and do a singular painting of, like what I was talking about with the Chark, where like I want to do a big proper version of him, like I did with the chicken, you know, and make it into a sticker or something, you know. So I'm gonna use the stream, I'm gonna use painting goo as like a source of character design for the moment, and it'll allow me to just like either side of painting goo, all I'm doing is symmetricals, the big canvas paintings and stuff. And by the end of the year I want to try and get rent a room for a day or a weekend or something, and try and do like a gallery day where people can come in and like talk, get the female to make some cakes or something, you know, put tea and coffee out, and the whole room will just be like my symmetricals. And I think it'll look fucking deadly if I have like 12 of them proper done out. I think that's the way to go. I definitely think that's the way to go, in the most responsible manner anyway. I think that's the way to go, to just like focus on the stream for you guys and for myself, because like this actually helps a lot of ways in my my mental health. doing this and taking the piss here and listening to tunes and hanging out with you guys. But other than that, I'm just gonna focus on the fucking symmetricals, cause like I fucking love doing them, man. Like I really feel like I get really into it when I'm doing them. Like when I was stenciling out the other one, putting it on the, when I was tracing it and putting it on the canvas, I get so focused. I get so fucking focused. Indeed, if you have a honor, you will pay for Paintingu. Who's this bitch? Her voice is unappealing to me. It's not that I can't, it's just, it's a lot, and it takes so long for me to, like, you know, like, say on a really good day, like on a good day, I'll get up around fucking in between 7 and 9 after getting to bed in between 10 and midnight, and I get up and say if I need to post something, or if I need to fucking do some work from the day before, or if I'm trying to get some, if I'm currently designing something, I'll do some work in the morning. Then maybe, like, this is what my routine used to be, is do some work in the morning, then go for a walk, because I like prepare my body for the fact that I'm going to be like sitting down for long periods of time, you know. I want to get the blood flowing and shit, and then come back and then sit down, paint for a while, draw for a while on whatever I'm working at the moment, and then usually after that is within the next hour or two is when I do Paintingu, and then I usually do Paintingu for 2 hours, and then after Paintingu I always need a rest, you know, because like I'm like knackered after, my arse is numb, fucking sweating, and like and I'm very mentally drained, because it is just the nature of it, like streaming for 2 hours, like you could be really doing anything, you know, and like you'd fucking take it out you, like, so I take you know, anywhere from an hour to an hour off basically after the stream, and just like fucking get a bite to eat, stand up, walk around, get the blood flowing again, and then try to do some work in the evenings before dinner, but most of the time I end up making dinner or helping her make dinner, and then doing some painting after dinner. So sometimes what I'll end up doing is like trying to like fit in an hour or two of painting like in between everything, and then by the end of the day, like, you know, you want to be able to just like chill out, watch something, maybe play a video game for an hour before you go to bed, and then just like boom, done, you're out. And a lot of the time the last few months I find myself being like, I haven't done enough work, even though I've done work, but like I haven't done enough. But it's not like my workout's getting in my way, it's like, it is like, since I started to do Paintingu 3 o'clock every day, Monday to Friday, I've had to alter my routine around it, and in the process of doing that I've like discovered some things where I'm like, oh okay, so like it's actually better if I do this before the stream than do this after the stream, because I'm like taking into account my energy levels, you know. There's no point in trying to do something that requires a lot of mental focus and energy at the end of the day when you're like starting to like fucking peter out and your mental focus and energy is at its, you know, least effective, like, you know. That's why I like getting up early, and like you, especially with the natural light, trying to do lots of sketching and painting as early as possible, and then give it time to dry. Like, that's another thing, you know, because the nature of painting and designing and stuff, like, you like fucking do a bit of work and then you're like, okay, I can't do any more on this right now, I have to wait for it to dry, so I have to move on to something else, you know. So like that can be a factor as well sometimes, where I'm like, okay, I've made some progress on this, but I can't do, like, if it's a big thing, sometimes I can be like, okay, I'll let that dry, but I can turn it around and work on this side of it, you know. But generally, if it's a character design, I like do a layer in watercolor, and I'm like, okay, I need to let that dry, and then I'll like fuck off and like put the dishwasher on or something, or like go out and get some groceries that we need, or like, do you know, like I try to like just use every minute of the day productively, and then I feel like I can afford, like, then I feel like I'm like I have earned. When it gets to around like 8 or 9, I'm like, okay, I need to start winding down. I'm gonna chill out for a bit. I'm gonna watch something, stick on an episode of Samurai Jack or some shit like that. You know, have a bite to eat, get ready for bed, and then start the same thing the next day. But then like my routine gets totally jacked by like all sorts of things, you know. Like I can imagine you guys feel the same with like, those of you who have children. You're like, all right, I've got this to do, this to do, this to do. But like you wake up on a random day and your kid's sick, you know, and it's like throws everything out of order. That's what happened yesterday. I woke up yesterday and I looked at the tap and I was like, oh shit, that's bad. Like, you know, it's like, I can't leave that like that. Like, do you know what I mean? That has to be dealt with, like, you know. And then I'm like, talking to the female, I'm like, what are we doing? Will I have a look at it? Or are you going to call a plumber? Like, you know, what's the story? What do we want to do right now? And she was like, basically, like, you know, you take a look at it, you know, see what you can do and all, like. And it just totally throws you off where you're like trying to make room to be productive as possible, and you're trying to be like disciplined, especially someone like me who's like spent the last 10 years playing video games and smoking weed. I'm my own boss, so like I'm constantly like, don't just be sitting around doing nothing. And if you are just sitting around doing nothing, it's because you're resting, you know. And it's like you have to actually earn a rest period. You can't just be like, oh, I don't feel like working today, you know. Like it's brutal sometimes being your own boss, because the mental responsibility of like, dude, if you don't do something, you're not going to make money and you're going to feel like a fucking guilty, shameful prick because like you're the reason you're not successful. Like, it's fucking brutal sometimes. Like there's been a few times where I've thought to myself like I said to the female yesterday, I was like, there's times where I want to turn around to you guys and be like, I'm not doing Painting Goo for a week, because I want to like do all the other stuff that like, you know, is actually my stuff, you know, because like as much as I love doing this wasn't my idea, you know. I didn't plan this organically came about in my life, and then I chose to be like, oh well, people like it, I'll keep doing it, this is fun, this is cool, I like doing it, people like it, all right, you know, pick up the ball, roll with it, you know. So in the process of being like, okay, people like it, I'll keep doing it, okay, I'll do it every day, you know, like the more effort I put into Painting Goo, the less focus and effort I was putting into my other stuff. And like there's been days where like I'll do Painting Goo and I do fucking nothing after Painting Goo. If like I'll get work done before Painting Goo, and then after I do Painting Goo, it's like, okay, it's like, well, 5:30, 6. I'm gonna get a fucking bite to eat or whatever, and then like she'll come home from work or something, we'll talk about dinner, and then we'll get the dinner on, and then it's like 8, 9 in the evening, and I'm like, there's been, you know, it's like 50% where I'm like, okay, I'll try and get more work on the symmetrical I'm doing right now. Try and get an hour in before I actually go to bed, you know. And there's times where I'll do that and I'm like, okay, yeah, that was all right. Like, you know, fucking got some progress on that, and I'm tired now. I'm extra tired now, so going to bed isn't going to be an issue. It's not like I'm going to be lying there awake being like, oh fuck. Because there's times like that as well where like when I'm trying to figure out my routine, or my routine has been thrown off, and I'm awake at 3 a.m. and I'm like, I could be painting right now. You know, you're lying there in the bed trying to go to sleep, but you've been there for an hour trying to go to sleep. So you're like, I'm actually cutting into productive hours now, where it's like, yeah, sure, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I should be asleep, but I'm not, and I can't get asleep. So if I was going to be, you know, smart about this, I would just get up and start painting now, and then I'll be tired like maybe 2 hours later, and then I'll go to sleep. Like, and that's happened to me a few times where like I'm painting at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I'm like, okay, now I'm tired. Like, it's fucking horrible. And yeah, that is another thing as well. Actually, is like painting in general. You know, like I'll be painting for about an hour, and I'll start yawning, because I've just been like, my eyes, you know, like it does like the mental focus of it all, you know. It's crazy. Like sometimes painting for an hour takes more energy out of me than like playing something like Doom Eternal on a high difficulty, you know, which is very mentally taxing, you know, because you like your brain is like, press this button, then this button, then this button, then do this, then avoid this, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like doing quick maths or some shit in your head. Like, you know, it's like, it's weird how certain things, you know, you can work out, you do physical labor for like moderately intensive physical labor for like a whole day, and you'll get home and your body's tired but your mind isn't, you know. That's the stuff I fucking hate, where I'm like, my body's like physically knackered after like being up, being standing, being sitting, being standing, being sitting for long periods of time painting. Then I do a workout. Now my body's like really tired. My body's really tired, but my mind is like wide open and just like thinking about shit. My eyes are wide open and I'm just thinking about shit. And it's like fucking 2 o'clock in the fucking morning, and I'm just like, oh god, like it's so, like it's incredibly stressful trying to be your own boss in a very disciplined and like adult manner. And like I'm doing a good job of it, but I'm not doing a great job of it, you know? Like there's moments where I realize that I'm like, huh, I'm actually being very mature about this. You know, like, and then there's other moments where I'm like, I just want to fucking just lie down and eat a load of gummy bears. Just leave me alone. You know, I still get shit like that. I still get moments where like I'm like a fucking female, where I'm just like, I don't want to do painting here today. I just want to lie in bed and drink rum. You know, like I still get days like that, like. But the difference between, you know, what I used to be and the way I am now is like, even when I get days like that, I'm still like, nah, come on, nigga, like you got shit to do. I got all your Rambo movies up on Plex for your downtime, brother. Can't remember the other stuff you wanted. If you recall, drop me a DM. Yeah, I couldn't remember what that other TV show was. Fuck, I couldn't remember it. But yeah, I tried to watch First Blood Part 2 last night, and I don't know, like the version you got or something is like corrupted, the file's corrupted or some shit. Maybe it's fixed now, I don't know, like maybe it was something to do with Plex. I don't think it was something to do with Plex or the internet connection, but I went to stick on First Blood Part 2, and the first like 13 seconds of it was playing, and then it stopped, and I was like, oh, did I leave it on 1080 or whatever? But no, I had it on 720, so the PlayStation had no problem with it. It looks like just the file you got is corrupt or something, because it was like, you know when like when it looks like remember when you're watching a DVD and if there was some dirt or a scratch on the DVD, when it got to that section in the movie, it would actually go like all like sectioned out, and like some of the pixels would be like from the next frame of the scene, they'd like overlap each other, and it would all go like bagel, and like the voices, the audio would fuck up and shit. That's what was happening. It was weird. It was proper like, it looked like a digital recording of a faulty DVD. It was weird. Iron Man Buru, welcome to PEINTEINGU. Okay, I object. Right. Put I object in this fucking mouse's speech bubble, and then we'll sign this bitch, and that is going to be the end of Vincent's Kake. I've noticed some progress in my body from the workout. Was it yesterday, or I think it was the day before yesterday was my last workout, and my arms have already recovered. My legs haven't. Like I'm still sore on my glutes and my thighs and my hamstrings and all, like quads and all that. Like my legs and my ass are still sore from like the squats and the lunges and shit. But my arms have like pretty much completely. My shoulders haven't. My back hasn't, but my arms have completely recovered. My triceps and my forearms and my biceps have completely recovered. And that's the first time that's happened, I think. So we're starting to see progress. Where like I feel like I could do like more dips and pull-ups today. Like I'm starting to, you know when you start to like feel certain muscle groups like really getting like solid. Like my pecs, after I do the pull-ups, I feel like I can really, like, you know, the mind muscle connection with my pecs is like really strong, where I can like really tense the muscle, you know. Like I've got my biceps to the point like where, you know, you feel like if you go like that, you feel like if you fucking like curl, your biceps gonna fucking explode. I've gotten there. Like fucking a great technique on the pull-up bar is to like You get up to chin height, and then lean back. You know, while staying at that like angle, just lean back. And man, the fucking pressure it puts on your biceps and all, like to come out and then to come back in while you're at the apex of a pull-up. You know, like I keep it tight. You know, you don't want your hands like out here. You want them like here, right? And like pull in between your pecs, and then just lean out while like holding your keeping yourself pretty much at the same height. Obviously, if you're going out, you're going to go down a bit, but you want to like keep your body like straight, like the biomechanical geometry of your body in that locked position, and then just like lean out. And fuck me, man, your biceps explode when you do that. Like, I remember hearing about it, and some guy was talking about why gymnasts have massive arms. And he like asked a gymnast one time. He's like, dude, like, how do you get your biceps like that wide and big and all? He was like, oh, we do this. And he hopped up on the pull-up bar and got up and just leaned out like that, and then pulled back in, and then leaned out like that and pulled back in. It fucking destroys your arms in a really good way. Tell you, dips, pull-ups. Like I'm like weightlifting, yeah, whatever, cool, fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I've done both. You know, I'm telling you now, the calisthenic shit, the gymnastic stuff is the way to go. Isometrics, like holding a fucking horse stance, stuff like that. There's other stances you can hold, you know, like that are like really effective for certain muscle groups and posture and stuff. But then just like dips, jumps, martial arts stuff like throwing kicks. Like, you won't get a glute workout that can match the same kind of intensity as like trying to throw the same kick like 100 times. Like, you know, your arse will fucking be dead if you try throwing like kickboxing techniques with correct technique and stuff, especially if you do shit slowly. You know, you like raise your fucking hips and your knees, like assume the ready position of a high kick, you know, and hold it there, and then slowly extend to like a medium kick or a head kick, and then, like, you know, bend your knee and then extend it again. Like, the real slow shit is like so beneficial to mind-muscle connection, you know? Really fucking important. Like just picking up a weight and just like pumping, like getting your pump on is like, yeah, sure, it's effective for like getting a pump on, you know, like, but like the gymnastic stuff and the full range of motion stuff and the isometric shit and all, like, you know, fucking holding certain positions for as long as you can and stuff, like, I much prefer that shit. And it's not just like a personal preference, it's like I've felt the efficacy of it on my body, and it's like, it's way more potent than just weight training. I try to progressively drop weight until failure, until I can't lift 5 pounds. You do the what's it called, like hypertrophy thing, where like you keep going lighter so you can keep doing reps until you just completely tire the muscle out. Yeah. That's a legit like bodybuilder technique, you know, where it's like, right, you start off the heavy weight, do as many reps as you can, and then drop the weight, do as many reps as you can, drop the weight, do as many reps as you can, and like you're just like squeezing every last drop out of the muscle group. Very effective. if you've never actually like given the Falun Gong or the Qigong, if you've never given Qigong a go, fucking give it a go. Especially if you're like you know, a regular gym goer, or if you have a gym at home and you're like doing free weights and stuff, and you're like lifting heavy weight and shit. Qigong, if done correctly and for long enough, will like it's like going to the chiropractor. Swear to God, if you do Qigong slowly and correctly, for like 15 minutes each form, alright? And like, man, you don't know how difficult it is, like on the body, or like how intense it gets, like until you've done it for like long enough. Like, yeah, please. Yeah. I'm gonna finish up in a few minutes. Yeah, coffee, please. What? Yeah. I'm used to cold coffee now. What was I saying there? Yeah, the Qigong is just like, tell you, man, those isometrics, like, you know, in terms of like your nerve endings and like stretching and stuff like that, like the Qigong is so good. Like, and it's just a series of stances that you just hold and breathe through, you know. And like, I've felt like things pop. I've felt like tension release all of a sudden in parts of me, like, you know, all the your hips, your ankles, your knees, your shoulders, elbows, where your neck meets your shoulder line and all, like all the places where you'd find a lot of tension and chronic pain and like inflammation and stuff like that. Qigong sorts you right out. But it's very similar to like exercise. A lot of people feel like they don't have the time to do it. A lot of people, like, you know, are like, oh, it kind of sucks, like I don't want to do it today. Like, as I tell you one thing, if you've got like crossed nerves and like sciatica or stuff, like I do, like, you know, I've like a slightly bulged disc halfway down my spine and stuff. I've like 7 different things wrong with my back that a chiropractor mapped out for me. So the Qigong like really helps me when I do it well and I do it properly and I do it for long enough. Even the people that, like, you know, be like, oh, I'm grand, I'm real healthy, I'm real flexible, like, do you know what I mean? Like, even I'm telling you now, like, you do it for an hour, you'll fucking feel something pop. Something will release or something will pop. Because it happens all the time for me. It's fucking great. It is like I did a Qigong for like what, 20 minutes earlier on, just one stance for 20 minutes, 27 minutes, before the stream, and like I just feel so much better after. I feel like I'm able to sit down for hours without my back locking up or anything. Like, great for you. What do you do for weight training, Iron Man, or are you just pure cardio? Iron Man's pure iron is what he is. Up to 100 push-ups and 120 sit-ups every day now. Half when I wake up and half before bed. Hard to get to the gym with the kids' ages right now, but planning to do more gym training. Yeah, like, do you know what you should invest in, man? Get those planche sticks. You can order them off Amazon and stuff, right? Where like, they're the type of things that you can like put away, and like they're easily like you know, concealable, or like they'll like fold up, or you can like screw them, unscrew them and stuff, and screw them back together and put them up. But just get some planche sticks, or like the gymnast pipe things, you know, whatever you want to call them, the fucking like bars, and you can like set that up in your kitchen or your sitting room for like half an hour, you know, and just dips. And then you can like lie under it. If you don't have the height, you can lie under it, put your feet up on something, do pull-ups that way and shit, rows even. You know, if you can get the thing high enough and you can just bend your knees and fucking do pull-ups that way and stuff. I'm telling you now, like, the fucking like pull-ups and dips are full body exercises, you know, especially when you're doing them with proper form and you're doing them slowly. Like, you should see me doing my dips on that fucking power tower. Like, I go way down and I feel my pecs like stretch all the way back, and you feel that like your shoulder blades like hit each other on your back and all. Like, and then only when you're like all the way down, then you push all the way up. And I like lean forward and all, so I'm like horizontal and shit, like, and I'll only do like 7 of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get on the dip, or I don't get up and go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't do that shit. Like, you know, I get up and I like straight up and like get that like what's it called, protraction or like, you know, where you like totally push down and get your traps like activated and your pecs activated and all that shit, and your triceps and stuff activated, and then slowly go down into a deep dip and then pause and then slowly go. That's what I do with every exercise, with the pull-ups, with the squats, with the lunges. All of it is all like plant, maintain form, slow, full extension, full range of motion, pause, come back up, or like, you know, whatever. And I'm fucking sweating and knackered after like 6 or 7 reps of things, like, you know. Like, I get to muscle failure like in under 10 reps, like, do you know what I mean? Because you're like sometimes I'll get to the top of the pull-up bar and I'll just hold it there for a sec, and then I'll go down, like, do you know, like, and that's on like rep 5, like, where I'm like shaking and shit, like, because I'm like the whole time I'm like controlling the descent, controlling the ascent, controlling the descent. Like, it's way more effective, like, in terms of like 1, like feeling that pump, and 2, like your grip strength. Like, sometimes after I do the pull-ups and the dips, like, I feel like I could fucking crush a coconut. Like, you know, just get a hold of a man's skull and just squeeze. Like, the P90X stretch is like a mix of Qigong and yoga. I'll have to look that up, that P90X thing. Every time I've seen that, I've been like, what, do you exercise with a submachine gun? Like, what the fuck? What are you doing with a P90 that helps you maintain good health, apart from killing terrorists? Give it a go on Plex under workout videos. Oh, the P90 thing? That's hilarious. It's on. Oh yeah, I forgot you have a workout video section actually. Let's go. I will have a look at that actually. I try to do 1 to 2 sessions of weight work, though it has been difficult to get it in, given my swim/bike/run training schedule combining with work, gardening, and other life responsibilities. I feel like I can't be like, I think we all suffer from that, where like, I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do this, and you only have 24 hours in the fucking day, and especially if you're trying to be healthy and do things right, you're like, okay, I'm supposed to get 8 hours of sleep, but realistically, if I just drink a lot of coffee and like get 4 hours kip, I'm like, I can function, you know. Probably be a dickhead, but like, it's doable. Like, but like, I try to be like healthy and responsible and like do things like slowly and like, you know, not too slowly, but like do things at like a a responsible pace where I'm not rushing things and stuff like, and I'm giving things their due time to like work out and stuff like, you know. It's like, because there's times where I'm like, oh, I'll just start working out every day, you know, and then I'll do an intense workout and I'm like, there's no way I'm doing that again today. I'll hurt myself. Like, I'm in bits, like. You know, like I want to learn how to play guitar. There's part of me that's there's part of me that keeps fucking being like, I should learn how to play that Chinese flute that I got. Even though I hate breathing instruments, wind instruments, breath instruments, whatever the fuck they're called. Just like primary skill completely turned me off that shit. Just getting a tin whistle shoved in your face and you're like, here, learn this. Like, fuck off. Per week, 1 to 2, I need to incorporate bodyweight work, push-ups, dips, etc. I prefer M60E for a workout. Bigger caliber, bigger weight, sustained fire until the belt runs out. That's like, the P90X is like, what is that in reference to? Like, to the P90X stretching routine? Like, what the fuck is that named after? Like, there's some fucking dope create that in a lab and be like, you know, like I have created the ultimate workout routine, you know, like, and I'm gonna be like Elon Musk and call it a bunch of letters and numbers. Like, what the fuck? I just think that's hilarious. I use the P90X workout routine. Ah! So you're a cyborg. Like, it's... Oh, I'll have to give it a go now. Like, watch, I'll give it a go now, and then I'll come back on stream and I'll be like, like, what the fuck? Discipline and time management is key. A full 16-hour day is very satisfying, and I fall asleep generally very easily. Yeah, like I really, like, it's so true. When I get up early and I'm very productive, and then the evening comes, I'm like, fuck yeah, and I sleep like a baby. But if I don't get things done, and if I let things stress me out, and if I sleep in, and it's basically if I sin, like if my sin gets to a certain threshold, I'm like, I'm such a fucking degenerate, like, do you know what I mean? But if you keep your sin threshold low enough, you're like, yeah, fucking crushing it, like. Oh, thank you. Muchas gracias. Right. My refilled beverage and the time dictate I must leave you, I'm afraid. Okay. Vincent's kake is finite. The Giga Mouse crashed the wedding. The shark has encountered the blind mice. It is finished. It has been a good one. I'm very happy with this one. I like this one. Vincent's kake is finished. So, my beloved Japanites, this concludes another glorious episode of PEINTEINGU PEINTEINGU. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. If you have any honor, you will pay for PEINTEINGU. Link in description. In the meantime, over the weekend, as I review and as you weep in my absence, I bid you be good, be true, and be beautiful. Enjoy your weekend. And try to keep the weeping to a minimum. Be grateful that Monday shall come again. And so, too, shall PEINTEINGU. Glorious. I love you all. With Raph.